Mahabharata is the analogical dualism of a human being. Everything that has happened is happening, and will happen in the future is already covered in Mahabharata. Some once also said that Maharishi Vyasa tasted everything in universe. The Mahabharata seems like a war story. But Mahabharata is a gateway to enter the unified soul of India. It is a culmination of our civilization, and it is our itihasa regardless of what the textbook says. There a man was elevated to the level of God in Ramayana, and in Mahabharata, a god is brought down to the level of man. The Mahabharata has marvelous reach for adaptation, variance, and twist. Scholars, intellectuals, politicians and common men have made full use of the epic. The epic, its characters, themes, situations, instances, teachings, parallels, and implications have been fully appreciated, accepted, and enjoyed in India. Today, we are discussing current social life and try to compare it with the Mahabharata era, and then we'll understand the relevance of it in current era. So, let's get some basic questions. What we see in our society. Mahabharata in this current era. Aren't there clever politicians like Sri Krishna and evil conspirators like Shakuni in our society today? Family rivalry over properties lead to legal battles and unfair means to win the case, just like the Kurukshetra War. Women still subjected to molestation and humiliation, just like Draupadi's Vastraharan. Husbands like Yudhisthira consider their wives as properties. Unmarried mothers like Kunti afraid of infamy and scandal due to their illegitimate child and so to abandon them, just like Karna. Fathers like Dhritarashtra who blindly support every misdeed of their beloved sons. Discrimination in the society on the basis of birth, just like Karna faced in Mahabharata. With these questions, we can easily say that this Kali Yuga is nothing but a later stage of Dwapara Yuga, where nothing changes its basic identity. The great analogies in Mahabharata. Dhritarashtra represents blind attachment and ambition. Ambition of Dhritarashtra blinded his good sense, and made him support his son. Undue attachments blinds a person, and makes him to leave the path of righteousness. Duryodhana represents the unfettered ego, which can cause great destruction. The myth of ego without discipline will drive us towards the ledge of destruction. Bhishma represents the power of will. A will directed towards a damning cause is not of any benefit to us. Mahabharata, person as a character. Pandavas represent the absolute human values. Yudhishthira represents honesty. Bhima represents strength. Arjuna represents knowledge. Nakula and Sadeva represent the twin values of equanimity and wisdom. Vidura represents the conscience, a conscience that can be suppressed if the negativity is strong enough. Krishna represents the intellect and inherent divinity. Everyone is accepted and revered in Mahabharata. Satyavati wasn't a virgin before her marriage to Shantanu. She was the mother of Ved Vyasum. She birthed with sage Parashara. Pandu, he was cursed that whenever he tried to make love to a woman, he would die. He was not the biological father of the Pandavas. Kunti, who has birthed a child before marriage and is left alone to raise him, but cannot keep the baby because of public shame. Abandoning the baby, she committed a crime, but such character who went through the same and still got accepted and revered you can't find anywhere in the world. Dhritarashtra, he was the blind king, who though possessing all necessary skills and wisdom. Gandhari, she even sacrificed her vision for being one with her husband. A true synonyms of purity and obeisance, she met with nothing but more and more tragedies on her way. Shikandi, do we have a character who was a transgender hero? She was born as a woman but transformed into a man. A great warrior. The learning lesson from Mahabharata. We as a human are always fighting the war between good and evil within our mind and soul. The inner field of thoughts reflects in our external plane of actions. If we don't realize our Kauravas in us, the blind ambition, unfettered ego, the selfishness will determine the will, and it will win, we lose. If we realize the goodness in us and given the right direction by the intellect, we can fulfill our positivist to be happy and Pandavas will win. Being kind, humble and generous is not enough to live life. Bad company can ruin your life beyond imagination. You need to fight for what you think belongs to you. Learning throughout life is the best gift you can give yourself. Half knowledge can be more dangerous than no knowledge. You cannot be stopped if you are passionate about what you do. A good strategy is what you need to sail your boat. Being a woman does not make you a lesser individual. No matter where